Quite a while since I was last home. I'm sure the place is absolutely overrun with weeds. I kind of went to fuck off to an island vacation for a bit. Didn't really suit me so well. The villagers there are less interesting to talk to. I kind of didn't like the way the progression worked. But here at home, I know how everything works. You know, and they say familiarity breeds contempt. I never understood that. The more familiar I become with things, the more I come to love them. I mean, sure, there's an initial excitement upon meeting someone new, but that doesn't last very long. And then you learn more about them and find out they're a complete human being with their own view of the world and feelings and loves and interests. And that's amazing. There's as many ways to view the world as there are people inside of it. That's from Nier. That's a quote from Nier. So Margie, I suppose you're not gonna give me your picture frame now that I've been gone for, I think you said 8 months? You still seem to be pretty happy with me, still calling me Dainty Heart, so I'm pretty happy about that. I feel like I've read all of your dialogue hundreds of times, honestly. I understand that you're meant to interact with multiple villagers, and Margie, maybe you weren't prepared to talk to me so many times in your life, but I was just thinking, maybe they could have written you more dialogue. This is my favorite Animal Crossing game, by far. But interacting with you is like half of the fun. Oh, sometimes you want to be treated mean, huh? I mean, the only options are that's funny and that's terrible. I feel like my response would be more nuanced than that. So, life has been a little rough. Still bleeding out of my rectum, and then there's the stuff that you kind of forget that you were afflicted with until it hits again, like the multiple sclerosis or the chronic chest pain or the chronic headaches or the schizoaffective disorder or the panic disorder. But I think I'm holding it together. I think I'm holding it together all right. Still making videos. You have my boyfriend Mint Essence to thank for that, by the way. When I uploaded a video some weeks ago, he was like, wow, I'm so proud of you for putting the effort forth when you feel like shit. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to keep doing that all the time. So that way people will be able to say I'm strong. Most importantly, so that way I'll be able to tell myself I'm being strong. Like, I hear that from my boyfriends, and I believe them. And I'm proud of them for being there for me and being so strong themselves while dating someone who's bleeding out of their ass. And I think I'm getting better at it. I think I'm getting better at this whole serenity under pressure thing. Sometimes it's harder. Like, for example, when you wake up one day and your hearing in your left ear is just gone, and you don't know why, and then it comes back later that day, and then it leaves again the day after, and then it comes back later that day, and then it leaves again the next morning. Like, that's not fun. You know what was fun, though, was playing more Animal Crossing Wild World after so long. I think I already have one of these computers, but might as well take one for... Nope, not... That's expensive. That's ridiculous. I think in The Sims 2, the computer only costs 1,500, not 1,700. You guys have, very ridiculous prices. Try and price more competitively in the future. Like, look at what EA is doing, for example. But losing hearing in my left ear, really not as big a deal as the rectal bleeding or any of the other afflictions. It's sort of a straw that broke the camel's back situation. Like, if I just lost hearing in my left ear for no reason, and there wasn't anything else wrong with me, I'd probably just kind of shrug it off. It's not as bad as losing vision in my left eye. That happened before, but... As always, a video like this, just here to assert my existence. Let other people know that I'm a real human being and that people with these problems exist. And if you're a person with similar problems or worse problems, there are other people going through shit, and you're not alone. It's always the primary purpose of a video like this, is those two things. To assert my existence and assert that you there, watching this with your own horrible problems, you're not alone. The world can be kinda shitty. Also, while I'm around here representing gay people and and people who like My Little Pony who are also gay, and people who like video games who are also gay, and people with multiple sclerosis who are also gay. I might as well represent polyamorous people who are also gay. I mean, you probably figured it out by the fact that I'm referring to my significant others with plural, but I am polyamorous. And if you're monogamous, that's perfectly understandable. But you know, you can't help who you love. And it just so happens that everybody I love also happens to be okay with me being polyamorous, or is polyamorous themselves. At least one of my boyfriends is monogamous. And another one, I think, is potentially polyamorous, but for now is only dating me. And, you know, as long as everybody in the relationship is consenting to what's going on here and understands it, I think we're all good. And it can't be too hard for anyone who has me on Discord to figure out because I have a polyamory flag behind my icon, so. Also, I might on YouTube by now. I'm not sure if I changed that yet. But yeah, polyamorous relationships can be totally healthy. There's no reason they can't be. I feel powerful romantic feelings for multiple people. That's all there is to it. And my life is super enriched for that. My boyfriends are definitely the most important thing in the world to me. I'm sorry, I call them my boyfriends. I have 3 boyfriends, and one of them's, I have a non-binary lover, and I'm still not quite sure how to refer to them, because there's not like a cutesy term for that, as far as I know. At least not one that I can easily pronounce. But yeah, non-binary, romantic life partner. That would be Power Dork. You've seen them on this channel a few times. They Let's Played SpongeBob's Boating Bash with me, and Lego Batman toward the end. But yeah, just a reminder, no one's making you be monogamous if you don't want to be. No one's making you do that. It's not illegal or immoral or anything. I really want this purple shirt. Purple's kind of my brand now. I really like purple. I have a purple jacket, I have a purple shirt. I just really love the color purple and everything to do with the color purple. My pockets are full, you say. What if I just eat these 2 cherries right in front of your face, out of my pocket? Then, may I please purchase this shirt? Well, I want to purchase the shirt, but I kind of forgot that I talked to the shirt to do that. And not you, even though I just did. Also, for anyone curious why I keep referring to my boyfriends as my boyfriend, insert name here, it's a public display of affection thing, alright? That's why. I'm not gonna lie to you. All of them know pretty much everything there is to know about me, and I know pretty much everything there is to know about them. So this is a situation that's very frequent, is just talking about them. And other people might not like that, but they'll just kind of have to live with it. On the horizon, I am finally due for an appointment to figure out what's wrong exactly with my body. So I'm looking forward to that in December. Might not seem like something to look forward to. Like, maybe most people aren't looking forward to getting procedures and surgeries done. I'm pretty stoked about it. I already got one done before. You know, they knock you out, you need driven home by someone. It's really not all that scary once you get past all the paperwork warning you about how you might die. I will say that after having experienced the American healthcare system up close and personal many times recently in this year, it's pretty bad. And I'm not an economist, I'm not a doctor. There might be a good reason it's so terrible. But it's pretty terrible. And I don't think anyone can argue it's not terrible. You can probably argue there are good reasons it's awful. Someone probably has done that, but it's really bad. That's something it's important to find value in, I think, as admitting your ignorance in a variety of subjects, because there's this weird thing where everybody feels like they should be able to have an opinion as valuable as anyone else. But that's not how it should work, I think. I think the people who are most educated in a field should be the ones who get to have the opinion that's considered the highest. Timmy, can you ask Tommy to stop fucking doing that? It's really distracting when I'm trying to talk about life. But yeah, admitting you're ignorant about things and admitting there are people who know more than you, that's really important to growing as a person and making sure that discussions are fair and reasonable. There's always going to be someone who knows more than you. I mean, almost always. It's really unlikely that there won't be someone who knows more than you. Like, maybe I know the most about McFarlane's Evil Prophecy right now. Maybe everybody else who knows things about it forgot them already. It's been like 20 years since that game came out, and I recently finished it. But that doesn't necessarily make me the authority on McFarlane's Evil Prophecy. I'm just the closest thing we have. And I could still be wrong about a lot of things. I get a lot of comments very frequently coming into my videos, and they're like, you're actually wrong about this in the game design, and I usually pin them or heart them or respond to them telling them that I appreciate their input. Because of course there are people that know more than me about these things, about pretty much everything. But that just means I get to learn more from them, and that's exciting and fun. I recommend learning to enjoy being wrong. I recommend that very strongly. It makes life so much easier to get through. You'll learn a lot more, you'll become a smarter person, people will respect you. And while we're talking about adjusting to admitting your ignorance and learning to love being wrong, we should also talk about something I talked about when I was playing Plankton's Robotic Revenge, maybe last year or the year before, I don't quite remember. I played it alongside Hero Pants, but admit when you change your mind. Normalize that. People change their mind all the time. And there's this weird culture, especially on the internet, of people who find something you said in the past and bring up that it's contradictory to what you're saying now as some kind of proof that what you're saying is stupid, or that what you said then is stupid. But that's not how that should work. You were a different person back then, and that person isn't necessarily better or worse. You can have opinions on whether they're better or worse, but you know, if you don't believe that anymore, then you're quite obviously not the same person who believed that. And maybe that's a discomforting thought to people. Maybe they don't want to confront the idea that they're changing constantly and who they are now is completely different than who they were a month ago. But that's just life. It's just how life is. And there are at least 1,800 videos on this channel last time I checked. 1,800. Do you think I believe everything that I said in those videos still? Because I don't. There are probably things from a month ago that I no longer believe. And that doesn't mean I don't have any integrity. It just means that I acquired new experiences and new evidence and changed my mind because of those experiences and that evidence. Which I think is the responsible thing to do. Being stubborn doesn't help anyone. This isn't like referring to anyone specific, by the way. In case you were in my comments talking to me or anything, and you're thinking like, oh my god, they're trying to call me out in a video. I'm not, I promise. If I had that big a problem with someone or something they said, I would just name them. I like to think I'm better than being passive-aggressive like that. This is just something I feel strongly about. If someone changes their beliefs or says something that contradicts a previous thing they said and it's not obviously a joke, you should probably just think they changed their mind. And that doesn't make the thing they said previously less valid. That one's a big one. That one's an important one to remember. Like, let's say someone has an opinion you really like, but then later they change their mind and don't hold that opinion anymore. That doesn't make their opinion invalid just because a version of them that's dead now said it. It's still a perfectly reasonable opinion. It's just that a different version of that person disagrees with it. Hold on, there's a big ol' spider in here. Alright, I'm back. The spider has successfully been removed from the premises. It's safely, well, I don't know if it's safely outside, it's raining, but it is outside, and I assume it can get to safety. I didn't throw it in the puddle or anything. What were we talking about? We're almost always talking about something introspective or moral or philosophical in Animal Crossing. Almost all the time. we can talk about vegetarianism and veganism. I'm vegetarian, and my boyfriend Mint Essence is a vegan, and I don't think eating meat is okay. That's really all I have to say about that. Just like any other moral thing, I'm not gonna go like barging down doors or scream at people because they disagree with me about that. I think if there's one consistent thing that governs my beliefs and how I act on them, it's the idea that, you know, you can have whatever ideology you like and whatever philosophy and morals you like, just don't be a dick to other people about it. That's probably what governs most of my decisions in life, is trying not to be a dick about the things I care about, and hoping other people will follow suit. We're going to go pick up a cherry, because we almost, but don't quite, have enough money for a hairdo style change thing. I would really like if my new hairdo could be blonde, but I don't think I get to pick. I think that she asks you a personality quiz, if I recall correctly, and then she just decides what your hair should look like. Which is unfortunate, but if that's how the game wants me to play it, you know, it's like part of the life simulator experience of the game. This time I'll play it the game's way, and the next time I get my hairdo, I'll look up a guide, see if I can get the kind of hair I want. But, you know, I'm interested in this personality quiz thing. It's been a while since I've actually gotten my hair changed in Animal Crossing Wild World. I don't even remember what kind of questions she asks. Or at least I didn't before playing this. I'm ready. Hit me. Every day of my life, ideally, I want my hairstyle to be relevant. No, I didn't say low fuss style. I want it to be loud and obnoxious and striking. No, I'm not really the outdoorsy type at all. No, yeah. I mean, I like it the outdoors during fall, and I like exercising when it's breezy and crisp. I actually love exercising if the exercise is like running. You know what, maybe I am an outdoorsy person. You just need lots of grass. Yeah, clothes are very important to me. I almost always wear purple. The trendy type... No, I think you have the wrong idea. Clothes are important to me in the sense that... blonde is warm, right? No, see, I don't think I'm the trendy type. I don't like cutting-edge clothes. I just like purple clothes. I think flirty is absolutely the right choice here, though. Like, what I'm imagining in my head has to be called flirty. You know, thinking about all this stuff reminded me of another thing I wanted to talk about. It's that something doesn't have to be perfect to have value. Not ideas, not people, not works of art. Not my hairdo. I mean, the style's okay. And pink's not a bad color, but I would have preferred blonde. But I'll be back when I have another 3,000 bells. Thank you for the psychological profile, though, however inaccurate. But yeah, please remember that things don't have to be perfect to bring value to the world. It's about doing the best you can, not about doing what's impossible. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, alright? Well, what a day. What a thrilling goddamn adventure we've been on today. It sure has been a long time since I made one of these introspective rambles, hasn't it? And, as always, if you don't like things I said, remember, I'm not trying to hurt you. And I don't wanna hurt anyone. Hurting people's bad. We might just disagree about some things that you consider important, and I consider important. Doesn't mean we're enemies, though. On that note, if you want to debate me for, like, fun, that's fine. I think debate's, like, great fun. It's just a lot of people seem to take it a little too seriously, I think. Like, don't use your beliefs as part of your identity. Use your identity to form your beliefs.